For exercise 7 in CAD 241, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and start by drawing the front profile, and then I'll create the rectangular cutout and then the hole. So again, I'll go to New, Part, click Front, and Sketch, and then I can begin to work on this. Now this is an English drawing, so I want to zoom in really far. And I want to begin just by drawing my first line, and I'll draw that over so that it's approximately where I want it to be. So it goes over 4, up about 3.5, in a little bit, down, back up, over, and back down. Okay, so now I need to add some dimensions. This is going to be 4. And at this point, just to make my life a little bit easier, I think it would be prudent for me to start applying some constraints. I am going to put in an overall height dimension first. That way I at least have that information. The overall height is 3.5. Okay, now what you'll notice happening as I'm doing this is it's going to start to look screwy as I go. So what I want to do is I just want to use my left click and drag to drag this stuff so that it at least looks somewhat normal as I go through here. So I'll drag that up just to make it look somewhat decent. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply some constraints, and I'm going to go with the equal constraint. I know that this line and this line are both equal, so I'll okay that. I know this line and this line are equal. I'll okay that. This line and this line are equal. I'll okay that. And now I can finish adding some dimensions. This is 0.5. And again, it goes a little bit screwy, so I'm just going to move this up. That way I have that information. I need to make sure I change that back to 4. Anytime you click and drag, make sure you go back and change the dimensions that you've already placed to make sure that they're still accurate dimensions. And even the 3.5, I just feel a little bit more comfortable making sure that that's correct. Now I'll place the dimension for here to here, which is going to be 1.5. And that is the finished sketch for this exercise. So I'll go ahead and say OK. Finish my sketch. Extrude. My total distance for this one is 2.5. I can then select the checkbox and do a new sketch on this face. I'm going to use the use command to use my top line and my left side line, and then draw a line straight down and then another line straight over. I can now use delete segment to remove this segment and this segment, adjust my dimension here to 0.5 and here to 1. I can then finish this, and now what I want to do is I want to extrude through all the other way, cutting. Hit the checkbox. I now have that cutout in. Next I can click on the hole command and select this face, and if you notice, it gives it a diameter of 30, which is the size of the hole that I created last in the previous drawing. So if you're working in here and you see this happen, don't worry about it. It's just got a really big hole in there. So I want to change this to 1.5 before I go any further on this command. Okay, now I can go ahead and select my offset references. So I want to pick this edge and this edge. From the bottom it is 1.5. From this edge it is 1. And the hole does go through all. So now I can go ahead and click the checkbox, and this completes exercise 7.